sit on down, everybody. We got some talking to do
Yes,
today.
we have.
Okay. First up, former First Lady Michelle Obama is currently on her worldwide huge hit Becoming book tour. And this weekend in Brooklyn, she decided to keep it extra real. While on the subject of work-life balance, Michelle told the sold-out crowd, quote, "That whole you can have it all, nope, not at the same time. And it's not always enough to lean in because that blank don't work all the time."
Ooh.
Blank was another word, okay?
I love it. She cusses like me.
Okay? You know? Now, Michelle laughed off to her curse, saying, "You know what, y'all, I forgot where I was for a moment. I thought we were at home, y'all. I was getting real comfortable up in here."
That's what we
know?
love
I
about
love
her.
it. That's what we love, yeah.
Now, the idea of leaning in advises women to be more assertive by taking advantage of professional and personal opportunities that come along, and has had its fair share of critics since being introduced by the author and Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg in 2013. The thing about leaning in, they say, just imagine you're at a table and people that lean in tend to be more assertive with they want their ideas presented. Whereas when you lean back, you tend to not be as assertive and you tend to be a follower. First of all, I think everybody, as you could tell when I just said about the curse word, they were just surprised that Michelle cussed. You know Michelle cussed. She had to deal 8 years in the White House.
Yeah.
But I like the way that she immediately apologized. You know, the one thing I can say about her, you guys, is that I've interviewed her 3 times for my radio show. And when you talk to Michelle Obama, you forget. And every time that I've interviewed her, I forgot that she was the first lady.
She was FLOTUS, man.
You know,
In a dope way, because I think it
yes.
has a bad connotation that, like, this person thinks they're better than you.
yeah.
Right.
And she doesn't come across that way. She's very relatable, and I think that's beautiful.
But on the subject of what she said about women not having it all, I think women can't have it all if it's not planned. That's what I think. I
think they can or they
can.
They can have it all, but you got to plan it.
Okay.
Oh,
But
okay.
if you think, because, I mean, the thing is that even women, you know, they say, like, women that have money have it all. You know, to me, that's not having it all. A lot of times, if you have a lot of money, you're buying it all. That's not saying that you're having it all.
You have better options than people who don't have it all.
I think maybe what she was saying is that women can have it all, but there are going to be some sacrifices down the line. And the one example I can think of, what I went through, is being a working mother. I was a stay-at-home mom for about 6-7 months. And I enjoyed being there for my firstborn, seeing his milestones. And then when I had to go to work for the first time, oh my gosh, you guys, it was so hard because I wanted to lean in. You know, I definitely wanted to be here. But at the same time, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm missing all of these amazing moments.
Yeah.
And, you know, even my son, he told me just recently, Mom, sometimes when you go to work, it makes me crazy. I just want to be with you. And we have that thing called mama, you know, guilt. But thank God for technology. You can't compromise. We have FaceTime, we have videos. So there were milestones that I did miss, but in person, but I was able, you know, to see it on video. And also psychology research shows that it's not so much about the quantity of time that you spend with your child, it's the quality
that is
of
so
time that you
true.
spend with your child. And that made me feel a little
And
bit
I think
better.
that's what I mean by saying that you can have it all, but you got to plan it.
Yeah,
So-
there's got to be sacrifices.
I saw it different when I read Sheryl Sandberg's book in 2013. Lean in to me meant kind of a more formal way of saying, you know how you hear today that if there's not a seat at the table, you bring a folding chair and you include yourself?
Right. Yeah.
That's what Sheryl Sandberg meant at the time for me of leaning in. If there are promotional talks, if there's a position that's not for you, you lean in and you make yourself a part of that conversation. I think what Michelle Obama just did that then makes me agree better, because there was a lot of criticism towards that because women were like, I don't want to have it all, and sometimes I don't want that pressure of having everything. But what Michelle Obama said was, you don't have to have it all at the same time. Those 2 words are really epic, because for women, we overplan, we overanalyze, we already want it all because we are capable of having it all. But when you are having that moment of a gift, whether it's having a newborn baby that you need to focus on right now, coming out of a divorce, at that time means that spend that quality time in what you've got right now, because there's always still going to be that opportunity later for you to still take that seat to the table. That's how I look at it. So I agree with her.
I think as women, the first thing we should recognize is, what does having it all mean to you?
Yeah.
Because what my all may not be what is your all, and what your all may not be what Jeannie's all is, or Tam's or Lonnie's. So I think the first thing you have to do is address, what does having it all mean to you? And for me, it has meant, it's been different in different stages of my life. When I was a teenager, I was very ambitious. I was a workhorse, and I was like, oh my God, I have all these things that I want to do. And I think sometimes that's frustrating for the people that now are in this period of my life, because sometimes they wish maybe I was more ambitious in certain areas. Even you guys will be like, Adrian, get out there, sing, do this, do a movie, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds cute, but that isn't what brings me happiness anymore. Like, being competitive in that way does not bring me happiness. And what makes me really happy is, instead of going to a great red carpet, I'd rather be on the sofa with my husband. That to me, so maybe you don't see me out and about as much, and maybe to you that's like, oh, she fell off, whatever. But that's
You're living
me
life, girl.
having it all. You might be like, damn, she's not in the gym every day. To Jeannie, that right now is having it all. To me, having some extra Taco Bell is having it all. So it's not one way for everyone.
Well, I think society puts pressure on women, and I think that's where she was really talking about. Whereas, you know, if society says, you know, you're a woman, you got to have it all. You got to have a job, you got to have a man, you got to have the kids, you got to take care of your family, and it's different stages. And that's what she's saying. So I applaud her, and I think that's why so many women applauded her.
You got to hear what these people are saying. You guys always have the best comments. Okay, we asked if you think the idea of women having it all is realistic, and at Brandy Lindley 91 said, it depends if having it all is wants or needs. Just having a roof over my head, my babies, and my husband is saying I have it all. At Melly A. Alicea said, no, I don't think we can have it all. There is so much pressure on women to look perfect, have money, a perfect spouse, perfect kids. I believe we can have full, blessed lives, but I do not believe in the pressure to have it all. It's too much to handle.
Well, like you said, I just have to echo what you said. It's what you want. I didn't want kids. And I am very, very fine without having kids, because I have kids all around me. I think we just need to stop pressuring women to say, in order, you got to be a mother or you're nobody, or you got to be a wife or you're nobody. You got to have, you know, something.
It's funny you're saying wife, mother, what do all those things pertain to? Women. And someone here just said, at Christina CDG, yes. And why is this question always directed to just women? Why do we put that pressure on ourselves? I don't hear men saying, I want to make sure that I have my kids, my Ferrari, and
my promotion.
No, it's placed on us is mainly when we hear that. So I think, just like Lonnie said, we're putting the pressure on ourselves, and we don't have to do that.
Stop.
Well, from keeping it real to faking people out, you've all heard of the budget-friendly Payless shoe stores, right? My jam right there. That was my whole childhood. Well, recently, Payless decided to participate in some holiday hijinks. Okay, by opening up a fake pop-up store called Payless. I love the name. Payless in Los Angeles, and inviting influencers to its grand opening. The store, stocked with Payless shoes in disguise, were marked up with high prices. And guys, they even had a fake website and Instagram account. And guess what? People got punked. Check it out.
The guests at our grand opening party had no idea.
They're elegant, sophisticated.
I just think it's so classy.
And I could tell it was made with high quality material.
These fashionistas actually paid $200, $400, and even $600 for Payless shoes.
That's crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's crazy.
Genius marketing on Payless's part.
Genius, yes. A lot of people put their foot in their mouth there. Wouldn't you say? You get that? Okay, wait. What I thought was crazy is, if you read the subtitle, it said these people are not actors. Like, these were actual influencers.
And they also not influencers. I can tell a Payless shoe from a $600 shoe. Come on, Jeannie.
No, come on. From that screen, even the sneaker, you could tell that was some pleather right there. Like, girl, like that did not look real. So I was like, get a, like, Olivier Roosting or, like, Anna Wintour in there and hold up that shoe. I don't know who those people were. But
you've never seen a really low-end
look great.
cheap.
No, yes, I have. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying that right there. I'm like, who are those people that were sitting there spending like buku dollars?
I literally used to get, like I've said here, like my Timberlands, my fake Timbs from Payless growing up. There was a store called Favor as well. And I promise it to you, you could not tell the difference other than that little tree on the side that I didn't have.
This is true, yeah.
No.
Like,
But I mean, I'm not even a brand person. You guys know
Yeah.
this. Like, I couldn't name like 10 right now. But I would even notice the difference. I think, want to know what I think?
Yeah, what you think?
I think sometimes when people, I mean, the reality is, I'm just going to say it, sometimes in Hollywood, sometimes people can be a little fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They knew that they were being videotaped, and I think they just got caught up in the moment, got caught up in the event, and were being on. I think if the cameras weren't there and it wasn't a Hollywood event, we probably would have got some honesty there.
Okay,
because I can
agree with that
see
too.
through the camera,
Yeah.
they were paying $200 for that shoe. And it also shows you the power of marketing, propaganda, and manipulation.
Yes.
So we've got to be
Scam.
careful about the and scam.
Scam.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys, Lonnie, you're gonna think this is mad funny. I swear this is true. My cousin, shout out to Heidi, she actually worked at what is that? Not a workshop, a factory that actually produced and manufactured suits.
Yeah.
Now, these suits would come in, all manufactured in the exact same place, and guess what her job was? To put different labels on different suits.
Yes.
This really happens, people. It is the same thing from high end to low end, and the only difference is they put a label here for a department store and they put a label here for a high-end name brand going to Fifth Avenue. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, of
course.
And it is the same exact thing. It's the same thing with makeup.
This approaches a bigger issue, I think, which is people like to keep up with the Joneses.
Yes.
Okay, let's be honest. When it comes to fashion, when you buy the label, of course there's a difference between quality, of course.
Yes.
But then after that, you only need to mark up so much in quality. After that, there's a huge markup for the brand and the aura. In 2017, Fortune did a survey on songs, hip-hop songs, right? Out of 280 songs, 212 of them mentioned brands. Guess how many people went out and made sure to buy those brands because they wanted to keep up with that swag.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think there is a big part of fashion that makes you, when you buy a Balenciaga, you want to be a little bit Nicki Minaj. You want to live that life. You want to get the Balenciaga boots like Cardi B. Yeah, it's marketing ploys. And so that's why, for me, like, even though I can afford some of those things, I don't want to buy it because I don't want to have that slippery slope of all of a sudden getting like too comfortable in something that's really just a facade. Because the real deal is I can style and make myself look swagoo.
And when you have
all that
kids, you really know that. I'm not going to put my children in like $200, $300 clothes that they're going to spit up on, get dirty. And literally, I buy my kids clothes, you guys, from Carter's. And from Target. And my
Zara Kids is mad
Zara
cute.
Kids.
Yes.
Zara
Kids is fly.
And my daughter's preschool teacher is like, oh my God, Araya is one of the best dressed kids in our class. And I buy it frugal.
Well, you know what? One time I got a gift card from Saks Fifth Avenue. It's $500. I said, ooh, let me go to Saks. On Beverly Hills. Let me take this $500. When I went in there and saw the price of clothes,
you got a keychain.
I couldn't buy nothing for $500 down there. No, it's too. And I'm like, Jeannie, how do people spend $2,000 on a dress? I'm just not understanding that.
Even jeans, when I see jeans that are over $100, I'm like, yo, that Target has extra spandex. You can add a Gilligan O'Malley undie into it and have a full set ready to go for down there.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something else too. I used to make cars long time ago. A lot of them cars that you spending a lot of money on is the same body type.
Same engine,
same engine, same body type. Just what she said, they changed the label. They just changed the label. I'm telling you. A lot of y'all run around here thinking y'all driving something. You really driving something else.
Don't get it twisted. I love that. That is the truth.
That is so true.